Hello, this is Old Man Gamer, and welcome to. Actually, I'm going to go in just to talk about this, but 14.4 beta on the Quest standalone. Okay, yeah, this is Old Man Gamer, and welcome to Into the Radius 2 on Quest 3 standalone. They have released a beta, which is pretty rare. Actually, I've never actually run a beta in the program. So if you have your device paired on your phone, open the MetaQuest app, go to your device, and then to the library on the device. It's got to be connected, I believe. Well, it doesn't have to be connected, but go to your library and you'll see Into the Radius 2. Scroll down, go to the more information section on the application, and go down. You'll see the version tag is 13 dot something by default. You can click that and change over to the beta release, and the beta is 14.4. It's the beta release that's there, and then you can update. You just click on the dot on Into the Radius in your meta library and hit update, and it will download the update. So we have all the gun mod stuff. You can take apart your guns. We have the full. It's everything that 14.1 is. It does have Patrollers Outskirts. I have not gotten into that yet. The save file that you had, if you played this on the 13, will work. However, mine was kind of messed up in that the missions were kind of screwed up, and I have a ton of money. They gave me a ton of money, so I was able to buy a lot of stuff, but it was just kind of messed up in the ordering of everything, and I wanted to get a feel for the game, so I started a new save, and this is where I am at currently. I'm at security level 1. We are working towards getting the top priority mission of Thinking with Anomalies, and let me accept that mission as well. So I got a couple missions in the peninsula and a mission in the forest. According to the post, the Reddit post that when they announced this, and in the experience of the game, I mean, like, when you first run the game, you just run around for like an hour. It's super jittery, super slow, super problematic. It's almost unplayable, quite frankly. But once you run around, it normalizes. The graphics aren't that great. I think they have them turned down or something. Let me actually check the graphics settings. Yeah, we don't have graphic settings available in here, so just a touch blurry. So the graphics, but it is standalone Quest, and this is a high-end graphics game, so about what you would expect, similar to what I experienced in Asgard's Wrath. It very similar to Asgard's Wrath as far as that goes. Performance very stuttery, but once you get into the game and it's running for a while, everything works fine. So let's go out. So literally like an hour. Literally, you come in, you can run around here for a while. It gets better over time. Running around Vano here. And then it gets better and better and better. And then I came into the Peninsula. Peninsula ran pretty good right away. Didn't take that long. The forest, I ran around for like, at least 30 minutes or so before the forest actually started to behave acceptably. But now it is running acceptably. The pop-in is pretty bad. And I get, I mean, I get it. You're gonna have that in a game like this on a Quest standalone. This is incredibly hard to do on the limited hardware that this has. It is better than the 13, in my opinion. It's better than what 13 had. So the definite step forward. Plus, you get all the maps. You get all the functionality and features of, you know, of having. Oops, I'm going past one of my missions. You know, in the PCVR game. One of the graphics and everything, again, all of this stuff that I'm seeing is understandable based upon, one, this is a beta on a standalone headset. Ouch. Two, well, there is no two. This is a beta on a standalone headset. And it's a high-end game. My biggest gripe, the biggest negative I've seen, particularly in the forest, is they have to make a lot of objects that are on the map of in PCVR disappear. So you're missing foliage, obviously that's normal. But you're missing, do you see how that fades in? It's just like a black object. They haven't resolved it yet, and now they resolve it. I don't know how that's going to show up on the recording, but hopefully you'll see that. That's a bit immersion breaking, but again, I would expect that kind of behavior on a standalone high-end game like this. But getting back to the forest and the objects, so they've hidden a bunch of objects so they don't have to render them, right? Like the cars, some rocks, and a log. And the issue being is that they still have collision on them. So you'll be walking around in the forest and you'll just like run up against something randomly, or your gun will get tangled up in the vehicle that's in PCVR, but in Quest it's not there. But your gun gets all tangled and you can't pull it out. So they haven't removed collision from those items, so you still collide with them even though you can't see them. So that is a problem, and it's that of all the issues with the beta here, is the biggest one in my opinion, because you're walking around doing a mission and there's just it becomes very nearly unplayable. I think there might be some guys here, so I'm just gonna quick. This is normal. I didn't do anything different from normal. Yep, they respawned a couple guys. Here we go.
Moving to a position.
Where is it? Ah. Where's this other asshole? Ah, there he is. We get all the features. Where in the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Ouch.
Swapping mags.
Okay, so I've cleaned this up previously. I just wanted to get those guys cleared. So yeah, performance is actually pretty good once you load in and been playing it a little while. It takes a long time for it to build it up. But this is even after I have rebooted my headset and restarted, and it retains that initial seed that it goes through. So evidently it caches everything and loads it back in pretty quickly after you do the initial run. So the performance is totally acceptable. Ouch. There's something different about the experience I can't put my finger on. This is different, obviously. Where's the dock? This has changed. I wonder if they're going to make this kind of a... Whoa, don't go in there. Okay. This is different. And here's where those objects... See, this is what I was looking for. In the PCVR version, there's a box or something right here where these things are sitting on. But I don't have collision with it. Let's see if this has. And this does not have collision. So this they actually did properly, right? Where you don't have collision with an item that is there, but it's just not loaded or rendered. However, that's not true of everything. And there's a lot of stuff in the forest that's missing, or that has collision. That gets in your way and gets in the gun's way. But it seems like the peninsula they did okay on. Oh, one other thing I noticed. So I have one light source. Come on. Two light sources. Now, if I had a third light source, like a laser, any other light source, it will disable it. It will say light source is exceeded, or exceeded light source count, or something like that. So you can only have two light sources, and that includes lasers. So if I had it, like I said, if I tried to turn on a third one, the last one that you turned on will get turned off automatically. Come here. Let him kill himself. Oh, I think I've got to change my headset here real quick. There. Now I'll hear the sounds on the correct side of my head. I have to do a funky setup before recording off of the headset right now. Which I'll hopefully fix after the holidays, depending on what my family might get me for Christmas. I can tell some of the complaints of some people will be over the top. You know, it's gray. There's a lot of fog. It's not super crisp. But again, I don't know. If you played Asgard's Wrath when it came out, which was the first game I played on this platform, it is very similar in quality and visuals to that, and I can only guess that they will improve it. This is obviously just a beta run, and we're still early access, so they have optimizations and things that they will continue to do to make this all improve. But there will be critiques, people who expect, I think, more than what the platform can actually deliver. Don't listen to those guys. This is pretty impressive. It does take, like I said, the only major complaint I have is they have a bunch of objects in the map that. Oh, I got to carry this out. Yep. They have objects in the map that you collide with that are invisible. They aren't rendered in. It's particularly bad in the forest. That's the only thing that I think. Obviously, they need to fix that. Like, because there are sections in there where you're running into shit that you can't see. Your gun's getting tangled up, and you're having a gunfight, and it's not good. The distortion zones are opaque, so you can't see inside them at all. There's no transparency there. Again, understand that it takes a lot of GPU to make things transparent. So you can't see what's going on in there, and you can't you can't scope it out in ahead of time. You just got to kind of go in. So I haven't done it yet because I do not have a save where, and I get a little screen tearing sometimes here. I don't have a save where I have a distortion mask yet. So I haven't gone into a distortion zone, but yeah, they're just opaque objects. It is rendering in, distance stuff okay. Right, we see the building, or at least the top part of the building out there. That's the new location. So we see that something's out there. You don't see the detail of it, but just walking around, and let's see some of the pop in on the trees. You'll see, they in the 13 it was really bad. The trees were two-dimensional cross-section models, at the distance, and then when you come closer, they render to more full 3D. You still have that, but it's not quite as clear that that's happening, right? So the transition to close-up rendering is better, but you know, I think that's probably about as good as they're going to get on that. Obviously, the graphics on the anomalies, the reflectors, is quite a bit different and not as detailed. Kind of like more like, you know, Into the Radius, where they were just simple, wop, 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 you know, those simple graphics. And I think that, you know, that's going to be true here too. I do have a save where I have a scope on an AKM. It's in my other save, and maybe I'll hop over to that at some point and show that. Scopes are really good. You get to see through them. However, the objects, the mimics that are rendered through the scope or what you're targeting is very simple. They're blocked kind of things. They don't bring the detail through the scope, which again, fine and totally expected. Again, these are just, I just want to make sure that everybody has their expectations set if they're going to play this beta on the Quest Standalone. You're playing on the Quest Standalone. You're playing on a standalone device. You're doing this amazing game with all of these objects and rich experiences on a device that sits on your face. That is an incredible thing. That they can do even this, and it's gonna get better. I mean, that is just hard to comprehend to me. What they've been able to do here. I'm impressed by this. It does, like I said, they do note when you first come in, it is super stuttery, super jittery, super. You can't even really play it, quite honestly. But you do have to come in, walk around the map a little bit, maybe turn down your enemies, you know, and go out and just walk the map and just let it jitter and jitter and jitter and jitter over and over, and just let it keep jittering. And eventually it will be performant as you would expect, right? No, I gotta eat something. Stash bison. I think I already got one of those. Sega. I'll just save this. I don't know what I have and what I don't have yet. So I do have the SKS. So I did the that other mission. And I got the other Pecho. Yeah, I already got stashed AKS. Oh, so I got two. I don't have. Okay, this is gonna get sold. This is gonna stay. Bison. All right. Vityas. Dust covers. Where am I going to put dust covers? Let's just put that here. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to, hopefully I get the right equipment over the holidays here, and I will be live streaming this rather than what I'm doing now, because the setup right now is kind of funky, so I just do recordings for this stuff. And it is a pain in the butt to do recordings and streaming off of the headset directly, but come on, GSH. Clean up. Clean up, clean up. Da, 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 da. Clean up, clean up. Clean up. There we go. I only got one mag for him right now. Did I miss a mag for him? Feels like there should be another mag out there in the peninsula, but oh well, I'm not going to use them anyway. I do now have two 12-round mags, extended mags for the Makarov. We will keep that. I do want to go out here into the forest in the nighttime here. Let's see, what do we got? Gotta go up there, gotta go to that, and get this. So, yeah, we're gonna go out, hit these two spots. Hopefully we'll get lucky. And we'll have a sensor there, and then we'll go get that map. Okay. We're gonna show how dark it is in the forest. Which, it actually isn't that dark. Shockingly so. I would actually prefer this level of darkness in the PC world, because the PC is like way too dark. And the loading screens like randomly change their orientation. They don't line up to where you're looking. That's kind of weird. Whoa, getting a little stuttery here when you first load in. You'll get that for a second. Not too smooth yet. Get a little screen tearing. Give it a minute. All right, so I've already cleared the cabin up here in this side. So I'll just have what's spawned. But you see the darkness. I can actually see some stuff in the background without the light on. I can, you know, there is some level of, I can see my gun, you know, I mean, amazing concept. And I forgot to clear that. Nope. There we go. That's what I wanted. And you saw, I don't know if it comes through in the recording, there's just a little sense of jitteriness now that I've come back into the forest. But it's not nearly as bad as the initial load-in. Subsequent load-ins will be much smoother and better. And you see the anomaly field is
Stop hiding from me. You can.
but you see, you can double grab. mags, all that good stuff is in here. So, and it works really well. I mean, it works just as well as the PC. Oh, I've changed. Yep. Okay. I have to be careful about how I turn my head right now because I have a physical headset on that gets in my way, which is why I can't move quite as well as I would like to. And we don't have a sensor here, so we got to go up over here. I mean, the fact that I can play this, it just astounds me, you know, that I can play this game. You know, here's an object right here. I can't, why? There's a wall here because there's, in the PCVR world, there's something here that they've taken out of here to reduce, you know, the rendering requirements, but they still have a collision enabled on the object. Like I said, in the peninsula, it didn't seem to be that much of an issue, but where's this guy? Here he is. But in the forest, it's particularly bad. Also, the jitteriness that I'm seeing right now, I don't know how this is going to come through in recording. It's not as bad as this, but I imagine because I'm recording, you know, I'm casting at the same time here. Got to take that into consideration as far as, you know, don't assess it completely on this recording. Oh shit.
Swapping mags.
Also interesting of note, the realistic in this loadout lowers the economy. Oh, I didn't sell that stuff. I should have sold it. There's also a few bugs on these. Some of these tables you can't get remote grab, which that exists on some tables in the PCVR version as well. But a good way to handle that is just jump up on the object. Crouch down and bend over and pick it up. Whoa. So yeah, I imagine some of the screen tearing that I'm seeing, you may not see the screen tearing I'm seeing on the video, but there is some screen tearing going on. And my guess is, I didn't see that when I was playing this without recording, or at least it wasn't as bad. So I'm going to go back and unload some of this stuff from my backpack because see, I'm running through, you know, and it looks and feels really good. and it is super dark. This is dark, but I think it's better dark than the PCVR version, actually. Don't quite feel as blind. See, yeah, the loading screens just like change their orientation. They don't show up right in front of your face. Again, small concern on that. Most of everything is small. The only non-small concern is, yeah, I'm throwing that I already got. Yep. The only nonce is the objects that are hidden that still have collision. Not good. And I didn't. Oh, I got to go back to the peninsula. I won't necessarily do it in this recording, but if I want to play this through, I got to get the SKS mag that's up there, and there should be another GSH mag that I didn't get. Let's get rid of this stuff so I can finish this. This is in case I do find an SKS mag. I'm carrying this with me. Need a box for that. Nope. We'll keep that around in case I run out. Okay. Of boxes. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got. Yeah. Okay. So I will do that. You know, maybe if I prefer to maintain my playthroughs on the PCVR version. I have the Quest version. One, I bought it just to support the company. I want the company to be able to do well on this release, and I don't mind throwing, you know, what was it, 30, 40 bucks, 30 bucks or something, to keep them going, make sure they are funded at least as best as I can support them to be funded. So I bought the PCVR version and I bought this version. Even if they gave me a game key for free, I would still buy the game. They need support. If we want them to keep going, right? So the sensor's up there, but I'm gonna just go to, yeah, that sample. A few minutes it will be light, so by the time I get over here it'll be light out. But we'll go get that sample over there. I'm looking forward to the point where I can get a you know, a headgear to be able to go into there. So I did the fluctuating signal. Oh shit. I don't.
Fire!
You're gonna unload on me, you son of a bitch. That was not the game. That was totally my incompetence on what to do with that damn flashlight when I'm reloading the shotgun. So, not a good weapon. I should have pulled this. See, there, I'm hitting an object. You just randomly hit an eye, and if you don't know a person who hasn't ever played the PCVR version of this game will go like, "What the hell?" Right? But for those who don't have the PCVR version, if you are playing this and you run into something, or your gun gets tangled up in something that isn't there, it's because in PCVR there is an object there, right? Like right here, you hear that? In PCVR, this is blocked off. You can't walk up in this section. It's blocked off with a fence. Right there. That's what that happens all over the place. Shit, I'm gonna die. God damn it. This is totally me, by the way. This is not the game. I'm just... God damn. That was pretty pathetic, but I'm just trying to demo this game. I'm not trying to like... But obviously you see right there, I mean, it kept up pretty well. The this is standalone. I still cannot stress that enough. This is on standalone. Here's another object. It's in my way. I can't, you know. Oh, and I probably won't be able to do this mission, actually, now that I think about it. Because there is a bug. Oof. Getting some bad performance here, and this is very likely because of my casting. This is not because, you know, I'm casting to get this recorded. This is something I experienced in PCVR, and I'm about to experience here. I think my item's right out here, but I can't get to it. Whoa. Whoa. You fall through the floor. So I'm not able to complete this mission. So yeah, that bug needs to be fixed. That makes it unplayable. And all these objects that have collision, they need to fix that. Performance, I think, is there. It nominally there, and they obviously will improve that over time. It does take a long time. So for those who want to come in and play with this beta, you know, I highly recommend doing that. But understand, falling through the floor problem I've experienced that not only in that building but in others as well. Um, and then objects that you collide with that you can't see, and your guns collide with them, um, and that makes it pretty difficult to play the game all with any seriousness. Um, but it's it's fun. It's not quite there yet. Not nearly as good as obviously the PCVR, but they are getting there and they are improving. This is a big improvement over the .13 in my opinion. Plus all the features of the gun building um, that uh, you can do now, and we get Pachorsk. I might play this offline to try if I can get to the Pachorsk mission, where I can actually go into Pachorsk and see how that map loads. I imagine that's going to take a little while to load in when you first go in. Subsequent, when you come into the maps after that initial period of jitteriness, um, uh, is normal. It doesn't. You don't have to repeat that even after a headset reboot. So um, you have to suffer through it to get it to work properly. But once it's there, it's actually pretty damn good. See, there's another object that I'm walking over that's hidden, but I obviously have. It has collision. Because things can land on it and stuff. It should be. They need to remove collision off of that mound of dirt that's there. So, anyway, so yeah, this has been Oman Gamer. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. Go ahead and play the beta. Again, you can go on your phone, have it connected to the device. Go into device library. Go into the radius. Go down to the more information section. You will see the version in there. It should be listed as 13 something by default. You can click that and change that to the beta release. It should automatically update. If it doesn't, you can go into your meta library, click the ... on the into the radius icon, and hit update. It will take, it's like 4 gig download. It'll download it, install it, and then you can go in. When you first go in, give it a good hour of just running around the maps. Do your best, whatever. It's going to be very, very jittery, very, very bad. Reserve judgment. Wait for things to calm down, and it'll be more like the experience that I was just showing, even better than the experience I'm showing because I am recording. So, worth the play, worth the fun, and worth supporting CMI Games. So, everybody, get out there and enjoy yourselves.